Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Monday here on the show, and you know what that means? We got a lot to talk about, including a gigantic UFC deal that was just signed. $7.7 billion over 7 years. $1 billion a year. And on top of that, if you're one of those people that loves UFC, well, you no longer have to ever pay for a pay-per-view again. All of the shows are going to Paramount Plus. And so if you've got Paramount Plus, you get all the shows. And so we're going to talk about this, all of the details, and more. And then we've got all of the wrestling news as well, including, you'll be shocked, WWE will be going head-to-head with AEW. And in fact, shortly thereafter, AEW will be going head-to-head with WWE. We'll tell you about both of those dates. We've also got the latest on Dr. Carlin Kolker and Janelle Grant. There's been a new, there's news in that case. A couple of people gone from WWE, including, still at this point, Karrion Kross, and plenty of other news as well. Injuries, Smackdown, Collision, and plenty more. If you want to text us here today, the phone number, 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4WOnline@gmail.com is the email. I'm F4W Online, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo, as well as at Bryan Alvarez on X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Actually, the most real person on the show, and I felt bad for this guy. And a lot of people have gotten on Bruce Pritchard, but I don't really actually blame Bruce for this.
Bruce did nothing.
No, poor Abyss is the agent for Seth Rollins and CM Punk on the Netflix debut, okay? And the story is that, Bruce Pritchard goes, even though this is Netflix and everybody thinks we have unlimited time, we don't. There is a cutoff here, okay? And so he wants everyone to hit their time cues. And I did see people, on the internet that are like, oh man, what's Bruce talking about? There is no hard out. It's Netflix. You could go all night if you wanted. Listen, guys. If you want to get mad at Bruce for whatever you can, but there is supposed to be a hard out for Netflix.
Does
okay?
somebody think Bruce
I don't know
Pritchard
why
is in control of Netflix?
But the point is, I don't know why. I don't care, but there is, okay? Whatever you want to say. So anyway, poor Chris Park, Abyss, is the agent for this match. And these two dudes are going long. And as soon as they start going long, Abyss is petrified. And he's trying to tell him to hurry up, and he's trying to tell him what to cut, but at the same time he's like, I'm sorry, Bruce, I'm sorry. They're cutting out the Anaconda Vice. Yeah. He's thinking he's gonna get fired on the spot. And Bruce isn't actually even being really, he's just like, nothing we can do about it, It's he's it's not like, he's clearly not happy, but it's not like he's mad at Abyss. But he's not going to say anything to the guys either. You can just tell he's just he's quietly stewing because they can't just get this thing done. But man, Chris Park is like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. They're going to the finish right now, sir. And he's petrified. And then
he turned into Joseph Park.
Oh yeah. And then when it's over, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We tried to cut as much as we could. And Bruce's like, dude, it's okay. There's nothing we can do about it. But and then he turns to Regal and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And Regal goes, it's not your fault, dude. You did your best. Just be happy with what you did. And Chris Park is like, I am. But you could see he's petrified. And I'm like, is this every day of this poor guy's life? Oh my God. I couldn't do this. But I felt so bad for him because he was so worried. And it's not his fault. He's so trying to do his best. And I don't know, man. It was that was like a real moment. That was like kind of sad to watch. That he was just so worried when he was doing his best, dude. And like, if you want to get mad at somebody, you can get mad at Punk and Seth Rollins. They're the ones that went long. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom is joining us here today. We got a lot to talk about, Tom. After heavy speculation on what the UFC would do with their media rights package, TKO announced on Monday morning the world's largest MMA organization is heading to Paramount in a transformative, all-inclusive media rights deal in the U.S. 7 years... $7.7 billion begins in January 2026. We'll see 13 numbered events, 30 fight nights come to Paramount Plus, with some of the numbered shows to be simulcast on CBS. And what does this mean? Well, we'll start at the beginning. First off, they're getting $1.1 billion a year. $1.1 billion a year over 7 years.
Yeah, the deal is backloaded, so they'll get more money on the back end of the deal.
Yes, so they'll make less early, but they'll make more later. But the big things, there are two big things to talk about here. One is if you are a fan.
There's 7.7 billion big things to talk about here.
If you are a fan and you normally ordered the pay-per-view every month, okay? You will be saving, at this point, this could change a little because they may raise the price, you will be saving $1,000 a year because you no longer have to buy pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is done. All of the shows will air on Paramount Plus. So basically, they're just going to call the pay-per-views, the former pay-per-views, numbered events, and the rest will just be regular Saturday night shows. But they're all the same. They're all the same.
UFC fight nights.
The fight nights and the numbered shows are all the same at this point.
Well, no, because the difference may be that.
Well, I'm sure there will be
simulcast.
Perhaps.
On CBS. So
some of them will be.
Well, yeah, and I've seen conflicting reports because I watched interviews with Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel, and they gave the impression, I thought, that the 13 numbered events would be simulcast on CBS. However, then I saw an interview with Dana White as well where he talked about 4 big shows. I don't know if that's in reference to 4 big tentpole shows, as you would call them, that they want to do, or if,
Okay, it appears some of the events will be airing on CBS. But the point is, you don't have to pay for pay-per-view anymore. You just have to pay for Paramount Plus. The other big thing is that this is not only the end of pay-per-view, but with the exception of however many shows they air on CBS, which could be 4, which could be 12, 13, 13. There's no more. Well, we don't know, Tom. Could be 4.
Okay.
Could be 12. I don't know. But the point is, you can't watch UFC on TV anymore. Aside from those CBS shows, it's gone. So, obviously.
Okay, nothing has been said about the landing place of Dana White's Contender Series, which is currently on ESPN Plus.
Who cares?
A lot of, there quite a few people do, because a lot of the top fighters now come from that Dana White's Contender Series, and they push it very, very hard. And if you watch any of the media that's been done about this deal, another thing that they push very, very hard is Dana White himself. I haven't seen one interview with a fighter. I haven't seen one interview with a top name, not like a commentator. It's all the suits at TKO, and Dana White is one of them. And it seems like CBS wants to monetize this guy. He already has the Dana White Contender Series, like I said. There's the Ultimate Fighter. There's Road to UFC. There's all this fringe programming that does exist, Brian. Maybe you don't watch it, but there are people that do.
I don't think a lot of people do. If you want to watch UFC cards, you can't watch them on TV anymore, except for CBS, correct? If you want to see just like a card, If you want to see a fight night, if you want to see a pay-per-view, you can't watch it on TV anymore, except for those CBS events. That's it.
Correct.
Okay. Now, the other thing to talk about here is that this deal just came about. They were going to move all of the fight nights to Paramount Plus, and they were going to shop around everything else, including to perhaps Netflix or wherever. And there was a split with Paramount and what was the other place called? It was Paramount and
a merger? Is that what you mean?
Skydance.
Skydance and Paramount merged.
Yes. So as soon as that happened, this deal came together. Like that deal happened like a week ago.
No, their deal was finalized by the FCC on August 11th, which would have been what?
That's today.
That would have been, August 7th.
Okay, yes. So this whole thing came together a few days ago. The actual merger was confirmed, and then they did this immediately. So the other thing that I got to mention. Well, there's two things. Number one,
there's a lot of things.
Man, oh man. Well, can I get going here? Can I just finish and then you can go?
Well, you keep going. Well, there's one thing to mention. Two things to talk about.
Would you shut up for a second?
There's about $7.7 billion, like I said.
If this deal would have come along a year ago, I don't know, man. WWE might have made a lot more money, because that is a lot of money that was paid for UFC here. And the thing that's most notable to me is when they did that Peacock deal, when WWE did that Peacock deal, the amount of money that they got for that Peacock deal was it was preposterous. Like, remember we all did the math, and it was like, golly, you could have just paid every fan. It was ridiculous, the amount of money they paid. It made no financial sense whatsoever. And this deal also makes pretty much no financial. In order to break even, they would have to add 7 million subscribers just to watch UFC. Which, if you think about how many people,
Bryan,
the number of people that already have Paramount Plus, there's 70 million people or something. And, the idea of adding 7 million more on top of that, I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to happen.
Bryan, this deal is worth more than Skydance is.
Yeah.
They're paying more for this deal than they are actually valued at.
Yeah, this doesn't make any financial sense whatsoever.
It's pretty cool, though.
Which is amazing because
makes financial sense for the investors.
Well, would you stop? You're not supposed to be an investor. You're working here. But anyway, the point is, everyone, for years I've been hearing,
how many points?
This bubble's gonna burst. Doesn't make sense anymore. Doesn't make financial sense. It's all gonna be going down soon. And at some point it has to, I think, but hadn't happened yet. $7.7 billion.
Dude, think about this, Bryan.
And they're not even going to run pay-per-views to try to make some of that up. This is it.
They're paying $7.7 billion for UFC rights. It's a little over a year ago, they just unloaded Bellator. This is the same company that owned Bellator. And they're just well, this property sucks so bad. We're just going to essentially let it go for stock in the PFL, which I believe Paramount still has. The whole thing's crazy.
Bro. It's
and
crazy.
Did you hear the commercial right before you went on air here?
Which one?
What that commercial was talking about? Talking about possible Paramount Plus and Peacock merger, which I guess which has been rumored for a long time.
That Peacock deal's coming up in a year. They got to do something. $7.7 billion.
Yeah.
So if you looked at there was a TKO earnings call last week. I think it was last week. Yeah. And, as popular as UFC is, you watch the shows, they're all sold out. They go crazy. They got all these big stars and pay-per-views. WWE made way more money than UFC. And those days are gone. After this deal, good luck, WWE. You better be running 8 WrestleManias a year in Saudi. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It's the same company, but it's just amazing that, WWE was doing significantly better than UFC. And now, UFC golly, that's a huge number. Huge number. So there you go.
I mean, they're going to shop around whatever boxing fights they do. They have PBR on multiple channels, I guess, as well. Still, so a real powerhouse. Not since the days of the Gold Dust Trio have we seen such a strong hold on the combat sports world.
So WWE was 10 years and $5 billion from Netflix. So $500 million a year. $1.1 billion for UFC. Back in a moment. Wrestling Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Let's do this unnecessary censorship.
Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just your ass.
That was terrible. Horrible. They weren't the Heart Foundation. They weren't the British Bulldogs, okay? They're two geeks. And this celebration these guys did.
Oh.
I mean, they're like, Sean, give me brother. Yeah.
A place like that?
You two dorks. That's what you did. Why are you so excited?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. That was better than the first one.
It picked up at the end there.
Chaos.
Unnecessary censorship.
He beat him. And 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 he beat him. I'm sweating.
Time to stop.
And he beat him.
Was this edited?
And then he beat him. And he beat him. So. I actually wore that shirt. It just says he beat him, he beat him, he beat him all the way down. Like,
all the way down, you say?
I dropped her off at camp, and the camp counselor just looks at me. She goes, he beat him and beat him. I was like, gag gift.
Brian, would you for me again this week? It's too hot to do much.
That's true. It is too hot to do much.
I guess I just better do it because it came up for me.
I'll wait.
It won't come up again. It's pretty short, so I'll just do it. Yeah. Now I gotta find it back.
Okay.
It isn't
Dale, I'm
coming
gonna
up.
kill you. How about you just it? Okay.
Ouch.
What else have we got, Vinny? Not the granny licks her finger to turn the page. Lick that finger. There'll be
Page
an
2.
unnecessary censorship coming up. Lick that. Okay, let's see. Unnecessary censorship.
So Oro Ethan after the match and gets his ass just into the earth.
Vinny.
And Ethan is leaving, holding his all confident. And then Oro just comes back to life, and now he Ethan's ass.
Oro jumps him from behind.
Yep.
Then he his ass after cheap shotting the guy. Haha. That was interesting. That's quite unnecessary. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. All right, anything else you want to say about this deal before we move on to more news?
No.
Poor people news? Just pretty much everybody else at this point? All right, well, we got 2 head-to-head battles coming up. So it does appear that WWE will be holding a main roster PLE, not NXT, on Saturday, September 20th. Which just happens to be the same day as All Out. Another weekend of fun.
Where's that All Out show?
All Out is in Indianapolis. No, WWE's in Indianapolis. All Out will be in Toronto. That's a show where
that's the
apparently
one.
Edge and Christian are already going to be reunited and friends.
Yeah, I've seen them on the posters, actually.
Yeah, 6 weeks. 6 weeks away. So that's that. No start time announced yet, but that appears to be head-to-head. And then, a few weeks later, AEW is going to be running a show on Tuesday, October 7th. It will be a special, I guess, Battle of the Belt show. Title Tuesday, they're calling it.
Haven't had one of those in a while, huh?
That'll run head-to-head with NXT. And then they'll be doing Dynamite on Wednesday. And so...
I cannot wait for the ratings discourse after that head-to-head Battle of the
Collision
Belts
versus
and
NXT. Well, I mean, NXT will win. It's just, it's number one, it's Collision. Number two, it's Unfamiliar Night. I mean, I think it would be very difficult for Collision to beat NXT that night, but who knows? I guess we shall see. But 2 head-to-head battles coming your way, friends. 2. Judge has ordered Dr. Karlin Kolker and Peak Wellness to turn over Janelle Grant's medical files. It was a remote hearing live stream Monday. The judge addressed her request for medical records from Peak Wellness, deposed Peak Wellness employees. Judge ruled in favor of her request, but denied her request to depose clinic employees. So, this is one of the weirdest things about this whole case, okay? So, she requested her medical records. He said, I turned them all over. So it's like, well, did he or didn't he? So they argued that what has been turned over, this is Grant's team, what has been turned over is incomplete. So this will include billing records, certain communications between the Clinic McMahon and WWE, although Kolker's team has challenged or will challenge that.
Okay. If something nefarious is going on, you think this guy was keeping medical records of it? Like, he's administering medication that he shouldn't be, and he's keeping record of it? That seems like
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not a criminal.
This person here goes, this is the weirdest thing? Well, I mean, obviously,
what about the fact this guy had a different name?
There was some stuff that Vince did that was
something.
obviously very weird, but as far as like, okay, I understand why this side did this, I understand why this side did that, I understand why this side did this, I understand why this side did that. This is like, it's weird because it should be open and shut. Did you get the records or not? He said yes, she says no. Well, I guess we'll find out if there's more. So, my point is, this part of the case seems open and shut. But apparently even this is not open and shut. I didn't say it was the most nefarious. I said it's weird. It should be open and shut. Did she get him or not? He says yes, she says no. It's like, this shouldn't be a question. Like,
well, my point is that perhaps there, from her standpoint, obviously, there was a communication or communications which were not logged in these in the evidence.
Yeah.
But my point is, if you're doing something you shouldn't be, you're probably not keeping those medical records. So.
Well, sure. I mean,
so perhaps
I think her
over
claim is that
that
it was mysterious cocktails and this and that. It's like, I don't know. That seems like a pretty, I guess we'll find out. Like,
perhaps we won't.
Well, we should find out something if everything that is requested gets, I mean... It is also, like you said, okay, what if he's giving her something that he's not putting in the records? You know what I'm saying? Or what if she claims that, but he actually didn't? Like, who knows what's going on here? And some of this would be impossible to prove. If he hands over all the records and there's no indication that he gave her anything that wasn't in the records, but she says he did, at that point, well, how do you prove that?
I don't know.
We got several people that are gone from WWE. Ashanti the Adonis is gone. His contract was expiring. I guess they were gonna get rid of him, but I guess they kind of figured, well, may as well just let the thing go. Gonna have to pay him for 90 days anyway. So,
but all he did was get slapped around by girls and lose. Remember he was in that three-way? He actually was pretty damn great in that three-way they did with it was Sean Legacy, Javon Evans, and then randomly he was in it, and he was good. And then I don't know that we've seen him since.
I think he got kicked by Carmen Petrovic. I think he may have made. In fact, I'm almost positive he did, because I think Carmen, they did the breakup angle, and then that was right like the week that everybody was getting released. And so my presumption is, well, it's the end of that guy. And then it wasn't. So I don't know, man. That's the end of him. He never here's the thing with Ashanti. It wasn't like he was bad, but it's where is he now compared to a year ago?
He just never stood out.
Yeah, where is he now compared to a year ago? Where is he now compared to 2 years ago? I mean, he wasn't improving dramatically in any way. He was just kind of what he was. And they had a tryout about a week ago, and they had like 50 people at this tryout. I mean, it was a big tryout. And I was told that it was a good tryout. Like, there were a lot of really good people at this tryout. And it's like they do these tryouts all the time, and they got so many people that are at that performance center. And it really is, you got to stand out. You got to stand out, and you got to be regularly showing improvement, or, they got a lot of people waiting in the wings. So that's what happened to him. Then we have whatever's going on with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. So, far as I know, their contracts legitimately expired, and they were offered a new deal. And right now, they are claiming that they're gone, they're accepting bookings, and, they're not happy with how things went down. Now, all I can tell you is that as it pertains to Karrion Kross and Scarlett, there are a lot of people very, very skeptical that he is not, maybe not so much a work, but they're pretty sure that he's probably going to end up re-signing both of them, and this will be some sort of something or other. Here's the thing. His deal's up, okay? This happens to a lot of people, all right? When Ashanti the Adonis's deal was up, you didn't have Paul Heyman talking about how, Karrion Kross was like the next, or he was like a Steve Austin, I think Paul Heyman said. And on Tuesday's NXT, his deal is up at any time, and they're plugging his book on NXT. Just a lot of people are very, very skeptical that if these sides weren't in agreement on doing something, that you would put the guy over like that. You would, he had that match on with Sammy at the pay-per-view, and the people are going crazy for him. They're chanting his name, and then they had that weird thing when it was over where, Hunter's doing his post-show gimmick, and the fans are loudly chanting, "We want Kross," and Hunter goes, "Oh, you want Brock?" That's what you thought they said? I mean, come on. So, a lot of people are very skeptical, but they are accepting bookings, and we'll see what happens. Apparently, the people who have been allowed to interview them, the interviews are done through ECW Press, which is actually the publisher of Death of WCW, in fact, which I just got my check for. 108,000 books sold.
Is that good?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, not this year. I'm talking total. Apparently that's real good. And it came out in 2004, and it's still selling a lot of copies every year. So
congratulations.
I'm quite happy. But anyway, he did a book through them, and they're setting up interviews for him. But apparently, people who interview him are not allowed to ask about contract situations. So we'll see.
Seems like a red flag.
We'll see what happens here. All right, we got Raw tonight. You excited for Raw? You excited to do the Smackdown report after the break?
Oh, geez, I totally forgot.
Well, that'll give you something to talk about. Tonight's Raw has Naomi versus Io Sky, Becky Lynch versus Maxine, Sami Zayn versus Rusev, and CM Punk will open the show. Tomorrow's NXT has Javon and Trick with the winner challenging Obafemi for the title at Heatwave, and Ricky Saints and Jasper Troy. And then Dynamite Wednesday has Adam Page and MJF face-to-face, Kyle Fletcher and his Forbidden Door opponent face-to-face, Moxley versus Kevin Knight, and Adam Copeland versus Stokely Hathaway. It's a lot of stuff so far.
I heard that Dave was like quite convinced that Tanahashi against Fletcher, but I didn't see the interview. How hard did he push this pound for pound thing? Because Tanahashi is not who I would say is pound for pound.
I think Kyle Fletcher said pound for pound. I think Callis just said send your best. And I mean, we already know Tanahashi's going to be on the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would prefer them to have somebody else face Kyle Fletcher and use Tanahashi in a different match and get more New Japan guys on there.
I'll tell you who I think you should face.
Desperado, that's who I think.
I was going to say Ishii again. I'm fine with them just doing that match every week for the rest of my life. That match on Collision was so awesome, dude. It was incredible. Smackdown and Collision after the break. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Okay, can everyone hear it?
Yeah.
There's a mystery bell at Granny's house. She can't hear it. Take off your headphones for a second.
I had them on wrong anyway.
Okay.
I can't get them on right. What?
Right, take them off and listen.
You have in your elbow?
Is the fan on a computer?
Nothing.
All right, well, this is going to be an exciting show.
Gonna have bells ringing through the whole thing, and it's every week. It's got to be me.
Do you have a neighbor that's an ice cream man
No,
practicing out there?
I got a neighbor that smokes marijuana.
I'm sure you do. I guess
Whatever that noise is, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, it's not going to stop, dude.
Brian, do you want me to get off here and go see if open the door and see if there's anything out there?
You think something's out the front door?
Is he ringing the bell the entire time?
No, Granny, you don't.
Let me in. Let me in.
It's fine. It's fine.
If it's death, don't open the door.
Thank you, Craig. This person thinks it's a stove timer.
Have you burned the roast?
No, I don't have a stove. You want me to just get off here?
No. We're going to barrel through it.
I'd love it.
You're not even doing anything. Granny, Nick says that you've got an old-fashioned analog alarm clock in Terry's bedroom.
I don't know. I got a new alarm clock, battery operated. Is that what she meant?
Well, whatever it is, it's going haywire right now.
Oh, it might be my alarm.
Do you think?
But it's way back in the bedroom.
Don't worry about it right now. But when the show's over, you might want to go...
That's what it is.
Okay.
Solve the mystery.
Is there a reason you didn't turn it off when it started ringing?
Well, I wasn't in there. I didn't.
Duh.
I took a nap. I took a nap and set the alarm. I thought I shut it off, but I probably didn't.
No,
You probably didn't.
That's life.
I would say with a good deal of certainty that you didn't turn it off.
Brian, that's life around here.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I do the show with Dave, too.
Say,
Hear all sorts of things in the background.
did I do that? You know,
Yeah, you did do that.
or I thought I did that, but I didn't.
In there.
I wake up and I see lights on, and I say, I didn't turn those lights on. What's going on?
Maybe the place is haunted.
Could be.
Okay.
It's my brain that's haunted.
Well, I hope not. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Back at the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom joining us here today. And it's time. We'll have Tom do Smackdown, then I'll talk a little bit about Collision. I thought this was the best Smackdown in a little while, because it didn't just completely suck. Am I the only one?
I guess it was all right. I mean, not much in the way of action,
Well, that's for sure.
but as far as movement forward and progression and storylines, I guess we got something. So there was a video recap of SummerSlam Night 2's main event between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, along with the return of Brock Lesnar, complete with video recorded reactions of the fans freaking out in various ways. And we had Mike Roch's over-the-top introduction of Cena. Once again, this continues on, but he's a baby face.
He sure is. They like this guy.
He's back to being the doctor of thugonomics, certified 100% baby face. Cena was getting the crowd riled up. They chanted, "Thank you," and he became about as red as his last time is now t-shirt that he was wearing. He said, "Time's winding down, but he's not going down without a fight. So Brock Lesnar or anyone in the back who wants some can come get some." Logan Paul came out. They agreed to fight. Logan said they do it in a French-speaking country by doing it at Clash in Paris. He kept talking. Drew McIntyre jumped Cena. Cody Rhodes made the save. They cleared the ring and set up a tag match between the four of them for later tonight. Cena signed off by telling everyone the champ is here and pointed at Cody Rhodes. I thought this was a great 15-minute segment to open up the show.
I thought Cena did an excellent job.
He was
What a baby
He
face.
was feeling it, man. You could tell they were getting to him. He was so red and choked up by their reaction.
I think the notable things are that he made sure to mention he did not pick Brock Lesnar after they threw him under the bus. This is the second time now. One's now on television and the other off television. And also when they first teased that him and Logan were going to wrestle tonight, and they announced it for the pay-per-view, and the fans got upset, they quickly announced a tag match. And even though it frickin' sucked, hey, at least you guys got to see John Cena do his 5 moves of doom one more time.
And not a lick more. So we had Motor City Machine Guns take on the MFTs of JC Mateo and Tala Tonga. Guns came in beaten down, taped up from the SummerSlam ladder match. Tala Tonga booted Shelley, chokeslam Sabin. They got the win. This was kind of a squash set up by the damage done to the former champs over the weekend in that fantastic ladder match. I mean, I'd give it 5 stars.
The ladder match?
Not 4 3/4.
I don't even think I gave it close, did I?
I don't know.
If there was one match I would think about maybe giving 5 stars from that pay-per-view, I think it probably would be that John Cena-Cody match.
Oh, that was the best.
I think if that would have been like his actual retirement match, like if it was billed as his retirement match and it was like a historic match in that sense as well, I think I probably would have said that was a perfect match. As it was freaking awesome. But
So Solo took the mic, said he's in his gear, feels good enough to fight, but no one in the back has what it takes, so they're going to leave and celebrate. Goes to leave. This brings out Nick Aldis, who introduced an opponent for Solo right now, which turned out to be Sami Zayn, and the crowd went crazy here in the Quebecois hometown. We had Sami Zayn against Solo Sikoa, as mentioned. Sami was in total control. Tala Tonga interfered. We came back from a commercial. He had a sunset flip powerbomb. Sami did for a 2 count. Solo fought back and he went for the spike. Sami kicked it away, hit an exploder in the corner. Set up for the haluva kick. Of course, more interference by the MFTs. Tala Tonga comes in, but Sami hits another exploder on Solo. JC Mateo gets on the apron. Tala Tonga tries to interfere. Solo hits a super kick on Sami, sets up for the spike. Sami ducks it and defies the odds. He rolls up Solo, gets the 3 count win, and takes off up the aisle way. So perhaps a title shot looming for Sami Zayn.
hey, they've been teasing that he's going to go for the title. There's a couple big wins he's got now.
This is a title.
Yeah.
And of course, you always have the long-term tie-in because if you remember, Sammy and Solo, both in the bloodline. Sammy Uso. So, we have the Wyatt 6 promo. Street Profits.
What an
BFAB.
absolute geek that guy is, by the way. God. Solo.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be.
He is, but my God, what a geek.
I love
He's the geek to end all geeks. We should have a Geek of the Week song that involves Solo's name.
He's a solo geek.
Golly, what a geek.
I love him.
I like him. He's much better as a geek, but God,
He's hilarious.
When all those guys interfered and Tala interfered, and then Solo hit that super kick, you
I
could
let out
just
a
see
collective groan.
Even the fans did too.
Everyone,
they were certain. They've seen so many bad finishes. They've seen Sammy screwed so many times. They were like, "Oh my God!" And I fell for it too, but I was an idiot because Sammy then immediately rolls this nerd up and pins him, and I howled. It's like, of course he beat this guy. Of course he did.
Fantastic. Like I said, Wyatt 6 promo, Street Profits, BFAB, DIY, and Candice all argued backstage. Aldis showed up, made a match between the teams for next week. God. I mean, I'm going to the hospital to get a hip replacement soon. Should I just take
what's the
Candice
update?
with
You want
me?
to tell everybody the update?
No, I don't really know.
But I mean, we're
next
talking
week.
it could be any time now.
Next week.
You're not going to be waiting like Lance for a knee surgery for 45 years because Canada.
No, but forget about me. I hope Candice doesn't need one.
Oh my God,
Her
leg.
leg was shades. It was purple, yellow, red, black, blue. I'm not even sure. Every color on the rainbow from her spill into the ladder at SummerSlam. Then we had the not friends, but new tag team champion segment with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. It was a birthday celebration for Alexa, or supposed to be, but Charlotte had a cake made with her name in big writing. Charlotte had the Lexi doll. She brought out the ugly Charlie doll, which I think Alexa had given to her years ago. They actually got a chant from the crowd. Charlie did. Charlotte was going to hug Alexa, but then Chelsea Green came out with the Hervis. And then Nick Aldis brought out a new referee who had a bow on to officiate the match as a present
Why not?
for Alexa. And we had this impromptu match. Charlotte looks like she's having the time of her life.
Well, she is. She's a baby face
face
now.
Yeah. Chelsea kicked out of a cover. Charlotte hopped face first into the buckle on her own accord. It was preposterous. Chelsea hit a big superplex, called for the Hervis to bring the birthday cake into the ring. Alexa dove off the post onto them. Chelsea went for the unprettier on top of the cake. Charlotte reversed her, hit the unprettier, locked her in the figure eight, wiped frosting off Chelsea's face, and ate it as she applied the submission. And big fan of this version of Charlotte. Probably my favorite version of Charlotte so far in her short run as a babyface here. Tiffany was interviewed backstage. Jade appeared, said Tiffany's lucky she got her foot on the rope, which is not true. Jade, you pulled her foot onto the rope in that match. Everybody saw it. Kiana James and Julia showed up, offered Jade her business card, told her to hang on to it just in case because Jade didn't seem to want it. Then Mishin showed up, took the card, said she's going to go get herself a title shot, which, seems to be customary. If you are the women's U.S. champion, you will feud with Mishin, perhaps for months on end. Aleister Black did a menacing interview backstage in a preset. John Cena and R-Truth ran into each other backstage. Truth is pumped up that Cena's back on the good side, but I know why you're such a big fan of John Cena when I really think about it, Brian.
Oh yeah,
because he did what you do very often on this show with whoever you're co-hosting with, and he gaslit. He tried to
would you stop?
Poor R-Truth was gaslit into thinking he was the one that was in the wrong, when in reality we all saw it. We all know John Cena is the one that had changed. He even admitted it last week, but I think he fooled poor R-Truth here. And then the main event, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre against John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I am so excited that they kept Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul together, because as far as like a heel duo, I think they are fantastic. Drew takes no crap and can back up everything he says. He's a great villain. And Logan Paul is so annoying, so grating, but yet
They are a
so
great
talented.
team.
Yeah, it's not like they have a bunch of flaws on their own, but when you put them together, they are such a complete package. I love these two together. So I timed it. They went a full 10 minutes on the dot for entrances, Brian. 10 minutes. Impressive. Cody did a shoulder tackle.
That was a lot I got to skip.
Cody opened up the match. He threw on a headlock, did a shoulder tackle, then just did a cartwheel for no reason, threw on a headlock again. I howled. You know how many times in the back I've told people, hey, just go out there and do a cartwheel. Crowd loves it.
They do
Gets
like
a reaction
cartwheels.
every time. The heel duo eventually isolated the champion before he was able to break away. He made the tag to Cena for the one last time in Montreal. Cena came in, did his 5 moves of doom, back suplex, 5-knuckle shuffle, hit the AA, but McIntyre was laying in wait to make the save. He went for the Claymore, but Cody intercepted him, dove onto him on the floor. And then Logan Paul just reared up and, much to your chagrin, punched John Cena low for the
What
DQ.
an ungodly, terrible finish.
Another awful finish in the annals of SmackDown history of bad finishes, which is like
This was at another level. God, this was bad.
how every SmackDown is just littered with trash, bad, garbage finishes like this in the year 2025. I need to go back and look at all of them because they're horrendous. And then McIntyre nailed Cody with the belt on the floor, put him head first through the side of the announce desk with a Claymore, which was awesome. Almost like when the guy gets speared through the dasher boards on the side, but put him head first through the desk with a Claymore. It was great. The officials came out to end the show as Joe Tess was in hysterics at the addition of our world champion. No longer the undisputed world champion, by the way, but nonetheless our world champion, Cody Rhodes.
Excellent timing. Back in a moment. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. What was up with this week? Everyone thinking Monday was Tuesday.
Well, that was just
Everyone?
you, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it happened, it was like I got all these people that were messaging me going, my God, I thought it was Tuesday too today. It was like something happened with like the moon or something, and it caused everybody to think that Monday was Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's like, God, am I losing it?
Yes.
Have you ever lost something and gave up all hope before finding it in an obvious place?
Yeah, my mind. I went to go make her the quesadilla, and I opened up the pantry, and there's no tortillas. I looked down on the ground, and there's the package that they used to be in, but there's no tortillas. So I call Hanale over, and she says, well, I didn't know how to close the bag.
Uh-oh.
So I put them all in a box of light bulbs. I said, why did you put them in a box with light bulbs? Swear to God, she goes, if that box is good enough for light bulbs, it's good enough for tortillas. And I said, no, that's not worse. I open the box, these tortillas are hard as a rock.
She is so your
Crumbling to dust.
It's insane.
God.
I lost my wallet at the Alamo Dome. The next day, I got a call from an usher that he found it. When I met up with him, everything was still in it. He refused to accept any money from me.
Wow.
Wow. I once lost my wallet in El Segundo.
Lantian says Big Dave's sanity.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he found it then. It's right there. It's never lost.
99% of the time, no matter where I park, I always know exactly where it is. But there's always that 1% of the time where is my car?
Dude.
And it's like in a bizarre place. Like, what was going on? All right, Granny, what do we got?
We need to buy you a machine that you speak into, and it converts your voice into text.
Oh, my God.
So you don't have to write it down anymore.
Absolutely not.
And then I think even better, we put that text into a text-to-voice app and have it read her.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Stacy Keebler, her and Tori had a eggnog fight. Just a minute here.
Okay.
Lose my page.
Then he
I
looks
decided
completely depressed over there.
take something from down below.
Mind your own business.
They're like,
Ray Kinsella builds a baseball field
Field
on
of
his
Dreams. Kevin Costner.
baseball.
James Earl Jones.
If you build it, they will come.
Iowa.
Oh, all right.
You didn't let me finish the question, Brian.
She's right.
Oh, she yells at me. Back on the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom Lawler is joining us. I think the important stuff, Collision is not like a big, big stars, big angles, that sort of thing, but my golly gee, do they have good wrestling. Kyle Fletcher and Ishii was like, that was the best match. I mean, I've seen a lot of great matches this year, but this was an incredible television match. Absolutely great. So you should go out of your way to watch that one. Juice versus Ricochet was okay. The FTR and Stokely versus Three Geeks match was fun just because of the old school Stokely stuff. The Triangle of Madness versus Queen Aminata, Willow, and Ty was pretty good. It's fine. Shibata Max Caster was a squash. And the main event with Hangman and Jet Speed versus LFI, also a great match. And the highlight of the match was Hangman and Roosh, who some way, somehow, need to have, maybe on that Title Tuesday show or something, they need to have a world title match and just go hog wild because they were awesome. They were absolutely awesome in this match together. And just two crazy, wild dudes. Kind of reminded me of when Roosh and Moxley had that match, which was also great. Hangman's going to go in there and, not to be a jerk, but he's just, forget the way he was described to me, but like, he'll lay it in, and so will Roosh. And that's the kind of match I like to watch. Not be in, but watch. You know what I mean, Tom? Hey, we got to wrap it up. Tonight's Raw. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about that with Lance. Best of luck with everything, Filthy. And, of course, to all of our Twitch homies and our folks on YouTube. We'll talk to you again after a while.
Peace.